most of you are in relationships, change to expectations from girls to boys for a healthy relationship and vice versa. So tatanga tamubvunzai because it's been like 12 years since we got into a relationship. Saka tati pamwe pane zvachinja but tangoona kuti it's still the same. So we will start off with some realistic expectations and that's something about communication because you that's communication. Can you elaborate how communication? Do it. Oh.
Communication. Oh, so communication. The two of you cause mema pina mjeshi muri two. So me fana kuone sana nne kunjusisana. Exactly.
And I think for communication, you should be transparent. Everything you should communicate.
Okay, I think for communication as well, you should be transparent. Kana pane chiri kunetsa nemchudzana. Kana pane chiri kuita in your relationship nemchudzana kuti but apa pakazodai so hazvina kuita. It's not a matter of kunyarana kana kunyara kuti anozofunga kuti chi or will I hurt their feelings. It's more of saying how you feel and making the relationship better. Kandopanya communication.
Kind of not letting someone speak. You should also be careful how you communicate. It's very important. You can say Chinwan in 20 different ways. So you have to be very careful. Ukanditi you should echo. What should you?
Moving on with the I'll pick it up by my kiss. By then, don't go near the two plants. But if you thought, maybe there is a blue jean, a white t-shirt looks really nice on you, and what to know, it's okay, but I think you look really nice. Why is a blue jean and white t-shirt on top? And it's something like that. So it okay, I change my fungiro. I know maybe just not so it on. No wood go, but it's really soft on.
Also, it would be better to say blue and white look nicer on you. Because I suggest that you say something that you already wear. Green suits you, and it's mustard. It's a totally different thing. Green suits you. It's something that you already have. You stick to the green. Something else. But paza or in whatever nasty way they say it. I don't want to imagine. And anyway, that's communication. Then you should also be clear when you are in relationships. If you want to, if you wanted to say something.
I think there should be more positive communication because you find yourself talking about a lot of problems in one place, a lot of things. So in a relationship, talking about good things. Some other stuff is way more than just talking about
fire. Ndoita sei? Muripo here vasikana. And Msanyanyoanza, my bad stuff, keep telling us about positive things. So I'm asking on your behalf, what happens to the bad days? Toregera kumataura here. Tataura nyaya transparency. So what should we do?
Take it different from Nagamsaura. Because they are not communication it's from the person who I would send out the information. But I want to tackle communication to the person who receive. How you interpret the information actually. I think it's known after my problems. Because no one out there nezvakatonaka kuti dressing yako, but manje the way you interpret it or the way you understand it, unogona kuzvitora sekuti vamwenda kutadzira. And also communication yafuti yekuteerera kuti zvari kutaurwa, are you listening? Because there is listening and hearing ameno, and two zvakasiyana. Pane kungonzwa zvibuda, then listening kutoteerera kuti munhu wako ari kutaura sei, wonyanya kuteerera zitereka. Then you give them what they are communicating to you.
Right. You should be clear and in relationships. If you want to say something, don't assume and transition but don't anticipate, but what? Participate. Yes, I like that. When you're in relationships, and we're not experts, by the way. We are just right. So I'll give you an example of something that happened. We started going out in January. February, the month of love, Valentine's Day. It was a Saturday, and Saturday, yeah, you can imagine. Something is going to happen. She just would die, and maybe I'm the only one. So you can imagine, no said about her phone the whole days. The phone it's not reachable. It wasn't going through. Okay. So kuma 7 mandazofonera budwacho. I didn't wait. So I called the brother. The brother says, my name, Tukumusha. Oh, okay. And everything. And I'm thinking, it's Valentine's Day. You choose Valentine's Day to go kumusha. And Papito doesn't celebrate Valentine's Day. I didn't know this, and I was expecting. But if you communicate, be clear. You communicate. I believe in A, B, C, D, and it is not bad. But then after that, we then talked about the issue, and now we're good. And so you need to be very clear and don't assume because he's a man, he's going to open the door for you. Because he's a man, he's going to pay the bill. Because so don't work on assumptions. You need to be very clear. Say it out. If you don't say it to the person that you're in the relationship with, because nothing is going to change. I expect A, B, C, D. She's not going to come and tell him. I might as well tell him myself. And then there's, we need to do things together. And actually do things together. To put it like when you go out on a date, okay, no one is happy about that. But do things together. Pitch in where you can. I'm not saying foot the whole bill and is it. You can pay for the food, no matter how much drinks. Or suggest a place to go to. At least come up with something. And is it. And then yeah, because you don't want your partner to feel like they're being disadvantaged in any way. But but there's stuff that you can do. What you can do, and is it. And then we need to keep an open mind kana tiri my relationships. The first thing you need to know is guys are guys. They've got guy codes, they've got whatever they do as guys, and is it kana ushtamba bhora varapa peme muchita sei it's not interesting and no bora ina ndombofarire manhi but ndakangopfekawo manhi so guys will be guys and guys also need to appreciate that girls are girls and they want their hair done, they want their nails done, they focus on things zvamunoona imimi ngezvisina basa and but kungo appreciate as we are. So if you learn to embrace zvinhu zvakadaro, you're able to find common ground. Like Isusu, inini, he doesn't mind cutting corners. He says as long as tawana answer, no problem. How he does it, who he does it with, I do things by the book. Nishuti ayewa, tikaita so. Zvinogona kuti buditsira answer. Ayewa, tikajamba each and each, still to know an answer. And it's true. But so embrace zvinhu zvakadaro. You might not appreciate it, but you know, but ndozvavatori vanhu vacho. And
like on we'll give examples like for us zvinoitika madam aunda plan in advance kana iri nyaya yeholiday for instance anogona kubva kana January ngatiende kwakati totanga kubvisa mari yakati michana vatoti ndechitoona pasina need kubvisa mari time iyo ndajaira zvezvokuti mari yapo ndobva ndangoti hai tsvaka kokuenda nhasi mangwana makuseni izvezvi ndo zvatatajaira and we've been doing that for the past years asi hazvi but you end up wakuunderstanda umwe wako kuti no you need to plan. So in her head already akugara akatoplana kuti right munhu anowanza kutaura zvakati panguva yakati andiri akuzivawo time yokuti time yatoti we are going for a holiday time dzakati andiri so anogara ane places already anditi ndikazongovhunzwa aiko kwakati because ndongo halo tsvaka izvezvi toto ndozvandiri pamwe pacho tisina mari like what was Gerald saying kuti you have to understand kuti pamwe pacho patogona kubva kana gore rese totokutadza kuenda gore rese anditi because pane mame macommitments on. So those are kind of things zvatino from the guy side zvatino expect as even iwo you know kuti kana vakunzi tiri kuenda kwakati otoziva kuti nhasi ndotokata zvinhu zvangu zvese down if we focus on her because once ukangotaura kuti vakataura kuti no we're going somewhere woti by 12 toenda pedze wobva wati just like utongoziva kuti no kana vatotaura kuti tikuenda somewhere uchirega kubvunza time utongoziva kuti zvako utombosiya chipasa. I also understand there as well kuti paipe patatamboti 12 dzato 3.
Alright, someone talked about love, being loved, being lovable, and so Taisa as affection. This is something that you should expect your partner to show you. You shouldn't ask for it. Automatically, by the fact you're putting matter in a relationship, you should show your affection. Affection, to me, that is a say. And maybe I can hear from you guys. How are you showing affection? Okay, we're buying each other gifts. Contribute, right? We're buying each other gifts. We're holding. Okay. Because that's a very major point.
Okay, so I think when it comes to showing Munu love, personally, I think it also comes down to love language yemunhu wako. Because for example, let's say when you can get a gift, but yes, I'll appreciate the gift, but maybe my gift is not my love language. So you might say, kuti, at the end of the day, maybe you're doing all the other things, which you're showing me love, but is it my love language? So you're not really like speaking to my love language. So you need to know your partner's love language and then speak to that.
You divert funds also.
Actually communicate. Okay. So another way to show love is to just communicate. Like for example, going on dates. What you do on dates actually is communication. You go somewhere, you get into a restaurant, you start talking while eating. That is right. That's it. Communication is actually a form of affection. It's when you go on a date, you start talking differently. No personal bond and while we're communicating, actually we get to learn from each other and talk about fun stuff and other things that we can talk about. That's actually bonding. That's actually a form of showing love. Yeah.
Another as my love language. That's the ultimate love language.
Words of affirmation. You know words of affirmation, and then there is acts of service. Maybe for example, you guys are married, and then you get home, he's cooking, which is something maybe you do on a normal day. That's acts of service, right? Going out of their way to do something for you. And then there is gifts, and then there is quality time, and then the fifth one I forgot. Oh, physical touch, yeah.
You're not sure. Yeah, it's actually, yes.
Most in general people sacrifice the time masquera mutimiza na quality time it's a date again. So data kukachita very much.
Yeah. Good.
Anything else in affection?
That's it.
Alright. Inini kumbura tite double back mbichana twatodzoka ipapa. Pane pambotaura kunzi communication in transparency.
Yeah.
Right? I assume that means that I have to be open, I guess, about everything. And then with my own experiences, ndakaona ngevasikana havadi kukudza love language yako. Vanoda kuti uione wega. And ameno hanzi unofana kuila ameno. Saka transparency yacho inobuda sei kana usiku ndudza ungoti ini nangu love language yangu chakati. So that ndogara ndaziya. Kuri ndoita ma failed attempts kusvika ndazosvika ipapo. That's number one. Number two, ko kana ndine zvimwe zvinhu zvandikufeel out this is not the right time to talk about it yet, am I violating transparency? Oh, okay, yeah, because pane pamwe pekuti probably I have like, can we call it like a secret or something like amen or something that I feel like I can only tell you kana ta progressa, right? So that means that if until we get to that point, I'm not going to tell you. But I'm hiding something from you. I'm just not ready to tell you because I feel like we're not there yet. I don't know if that makes sense. So in terms of this and now dealing with transparency, because in the end I'm not being transparent. When she finds out somehow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because we can't have been together for 2 weeks. When I was 6, I pushed my sister. So stage by stage, when the time is right, trust me, you'll know. But my person is ready. There's a stage of intimacy. We'll talk about intimacy kumberuko. There's a stage of intimacy. Yamunozoshika. Now is the right time. I can mention A, B, C, D. Because there are things and you gradually introduce as time goes on. Yeah. And then anything else? Affection.
I'm not talking touch.
Touch.
Oh, yes,
It's context.
Okay. Was that in context?
We can hold hands.
Holding hands.
Holding hands is fine.
Pane panoona ti kuti munhu tikafamba tikabata
Yeah, this
maoko
is affection.
is affection angari bo, you know,
Sky.
it's
That's
bo.
affection.
It's bo, you know, bo hug. Aripo ma levels ma hug pane unoona bato, you know. You imagine it wambodai ombichana, but pane my friendship acts kuti ndangosangana someone and then pane my relationships and then ipapo tipa my hugs you can tell kuti munhu ari in a good mood relax pane kuti anangokuti you know utozati ana zvakadhako something is wrong and it communication yake yatu wataona yatu a breakdown. So you then ask what's going on, ndopanopinda kuti like sure unofana kuziva and that's how you know wako kuti when she's down I'm there for you, when he's down I'm there for him, on through my touch, through my hugs here. You can also tell when someone is in a happy mood, you know, I know you're joyous and it's what is that even when you're holding hands you can feel the softness of that you see, it's a way of communication as well. Then just holding hands, but pana gonna touch, pana take us back, look at it, so that you understand each other. It's part of touch.
I'm not quite sure if that's the touch that they were asking.
Yes.
And I just want to add on, because I think truly my expectations and it for relationships and it. So is from the boy side and it. I think 100% munakapinda relationship nemunhu wake. Angashidongo hug best hug munhu wangu and it. But for the guys you also have to understand your munhu wauri kudini wauri kudata vacho and it. Tine ma upbringing akadini akasiyana. Some were brought up in a home yekuti aihagwa namai vake, my brothers ake, all the way kusvikadini akure. So kukupa hug it's nothing because adini that's how she was brought up. But there are people who bring up in an environment yekuti kana ukati ndoda kuhagaga ano uchimudza usikana unoita kunga umuviolate because kwaari ari kuona kunga a major step in a relationship and it, so if you don't understand each other unogona kuparadza nenyaya yehug. So you need to communicate. Inini I'm not comfortable, inini ndo zvandiri kuda, you meet halfway modini moita muchienda ende kana makuzozviita just do it in public places. Avoid kuti makunohagara makuenda kuseri because those zvinozoita kuti vamwe vaita uncomfortable. So I'm just saying it for my relationships kuti be open. If you are comfortable with it, modern mowirirana apart. Zvine machi things that you'll be able to contain.
Yeah. Yes.
Mine is sort of like a question. Is there something such as alone time in a relationship?
Yeah.
And how do you communicate with like an outsider, but I just need my time. I just need my time to listen to music. Sure. sort of to add like something on my expectations. Progress. You know, you should be feeling like we're moving from one step to another step forward. You know what? Because I can't be like stuck in one place. I think that's important.
Some stages. This always a lot.
Yeah, like a stage, but moving forward. Like,
Yeah. Alright.
Anyone else? Right. Someone mentioned honesty. So you can't build a strong relationship pasina honesty. Like we mentioned, you've got dark secrets that you obviously don't want to reveal but at some point you'll have to mention because mukazopfuura stage iyoyo zvochizobuda pamberi apapo it won't come out. Pamwe matomumba maroorana, then you start discovering things, married before, kids before, things like that. You need to disclose. And then the thing about relationships, there's no manual.
Yeah.
Every relationship is different. Tiri panapa togonoti panenga not 4 married couples, but tikada kubvunzana tese how probably we started going out, how long it took you to get married, things like that. Zvakatosiyana. Every relationship is different. Vamwe vanogonoti in 2 months vakavha gap rakavhwa nevamwe vanhu in 3 years because we're all unique. Hapana manzwa like pamataura needs enyu my expectations, they were all different. Vamwe vacho vangachiputisa the same thing but in a different way. Ndosikandati pai you feel it now the time is right. Munhu akuchifanira kuziva zvakati stage by stage. When the time is right, unozobudza. I don't know if I'm making sense. Am I? Yeah. Kada uchiti bekutanga my way, trust me.
Angoti ndakuona muroti ngoti pachaita stage yekuti haakudhisevochi you know what I'm saying? So zvinouya zvega you see.
Zvangofanana still nekuti muchitanga kudanana hapana achati marry in 2 days. When the time is right, you will know you now need to marry each other. Then we have issue of trust here somewhere above. Right? Trust, I believe, is earned. You need to work hard. Can I face the side? You need to work hard to be trusted.
And also work hard.
You need to work hard. Can I make this clear? You need to work hard. You need to earn the trust. I'll give examples of somebody who and then probably haven't started dating by the time you maybe live next door, and then my and he sends money to take care of his mom or take any money or things like that. Already that's a sign you trust. You're honest, you're trustworthy. My chances is that ukazomukumbira in your own capacity kuti something. It's something, it's a quality this person can be trustworthy. I'm sure you all have examples of trust. At this stage of my relationships, because this person I can safely leave you with Riam, I can safely leave you with my friends, and nothing will happen. I don't know, maybe you guys can give me examples of trust. Anyone?
An example of trust. What do you expect? Can I ask you about stage with the trust? No trust. Okay.
You guys don't trust each other. Wow. Trust.
Trust is not gonna.
When you
say something some kind of it's hard to actually prove it in a certain way, but there are certain situations iyanobvaona kuchenja. That can actually improve trust. But trust manje inozonetsa kubuilda panenge pakuti ndataura kuti ndiri kuchenja osvika wataona. So those kinds of situations manje kuti like whenever you say something zvinokuva language you feel like those
Ingatobvalete trust yake.
yanobva ati haishuwa kwese panotaura kuti angaivakati
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, how many of us can actually give our partners mali to exchange it? That's how many of you can actually give your partner mali kuti akuchengeteri yauchazoda kushandisa maybe. I'm curious though.
That whatever she's going to do, like it's actually for the greater good because we are now in a we are now locked.
Where's the trust going to magically come from when you're now married?
Oh no, like obviously, but not that, but it is something that is not monetary.
Right.
You know, I can trust you. I can trust you, like for example, for example, if you want to, for example, earn under the model, trust you will come and help.
Okay.
I don't know, whatever, and like whatever assets you're going to show later.
Don't see that water without the keys.
No, like with the keys and everything. It's trust you enough, but mind you, when it comes to money, yeah, correct, it's stuff.
I don't need. Yeah.
Saka, when we're not, like, obviously we trust each other, but we should be the relationship. But funny we stay
To a certain extent.
funny we stay. Yeah. You know,
Trust them.
sometimes because manje, like, a relationship is not much attack, it's still shit.
Yeah.
Love in a vulnerability. You become vulnerable to the next person, or to your spouse, or to your partner. So, no shikapapi pakuva open kwaari, trusting the person. There's very deep or very sensitive. Zveupenyu hwako. Zvino because mabotara nyaya yeprogression yacho vanaona nyaya yetime. But it seems as if vanhu vakawanda even vati vamarried vanogona kugara nemasecrets mamwe anofanira kuudzwa the next partner but havamuudzi because ari kuti zvinonetsa kuti ndimutrust. So can you help us because pamwe pacho kune vasikana vanotanzi ndikamuudza kuti ndakamborepewa ndikanzomatira zanzi vakomana kwangomuudza izvozvo chete chete atova imwe nyaya akutanga kutokudhauta but pambane vamasikana pamwe vatori honest auda kuti vato vaende kumberi. So zvinotaurwa papi pamazotanzi tozokuudza tagwani wangu ndakamborepewa kana kuti ndine mwana tatochata because pamwe now ndasecured nechitupa chatopiwa kusivwa meno ndochandada kutotrusta kuti ndikakuudzaka uchandirambi because ukandiramba maintenance inoku you know. So yeah saka chozvifambisa sei, how do we balance?
When it comes to that, pane zvimwe zvine expect or like my expectations so to by then makuda kunoita courtship unofana like what you are saying zvimwe zvinhu zvinofana kunge zvataurwa by then pamunozopinda pakuti ndada kuroora or ndada kushata so that akude like what you are saying anofana kundida zvandiri but iwe ukasataurawo zvauri you know, pesa apa, and the spouse actually don't find understand. But you know, we have been so good pesa up and did it. Nothing of such sort to needs and I try to come out to know in the amborepo. It's not something you know, she can just tell you anytime. But I don't find out as you go past stage of I could trust and it maybe you know, like what you were saying before, a stage actually do not so stage in the actually and it's not gonna need. But we're expecting when the guy proposed, I will propose let's marry each other. I know you expect to by then. Like what you're saying to work it's not bring a questions marriage, marriage was my true chat and it also bring my questions with is it true? You're just saying because I'm about to find out. So
so I think before mapindra my best friends nechiga, I think it's issue anti to discuss what my expectations are. So then I would just want to pose it back the question kuvaskana and it at what point at what point would you like to hear that muchitanga relationship here auda kurora here mako honeymoon here kupoza kwaskana kuvakomana. At what point would you like to hear mskana kwachikudza kuti I'm not a virgin? At what point would you like to hear mskana kwachikudza kuti ndine mwana? I think ndokuti tibatsirane because inini I can't tell you. Imimi waskana, what point? Imimi wakomana, what point would you like to hear that? Pindrana.
I'm not right. That's okay. Very good news. Yeah. Very good news. Right. At what point Skana Bonoda will from PS60 can hang an animal or Agangamborora before and is HIV positive and at what stage you're not going to association. At the same time, at what stage or command I'm not going to go with it. Miskana no good that I'm not a virgin anymore. And it go with animana already. At what stage you're not going to Tanga relationship. Yes, report. Nonsense. Ash, yes, Ash.
Attached.
Alright. No papi pap. Funny, I don't try to write this out. No. Now I'm going to wrong move. But I'm a good person.
Yeah,
but you can't go chocolate papo man. Jango is Ash. Shan't man, but I like you. No good.
Because I think
sorry?
I think when we say
their stage,
but
you break it. Because of this, why is a certain stage? Something don't know.
So no fana udiza prokutanga mwana siya because pamwe ndinotini munane mwana so kana kuti munhu akadai prokutanga.
Okay.
I just want to add to what you said. Kuti munhu anofana anoda musikana kuza 3 months wozoburitsa zvauri.
Okay.
No, hatisi kuti hazvisiri zvo zvauri. You have a mistake on your record. Pamwe wakambosungwa vasiyana nemarelationships, wakambosungwa wakaita mistake, wowana basa. And pane mamwe mabasa ekuti the moment yaunototaura kuti ndine criminal record zvatofatwa. Kuita mabasa ekuti wane 3 months uchishanda, waprove kuti I'm a good person, I can be trusted, ndakaita hangu zvandakaita, zvochizobuda zviya zviya, vanogona kukuregerera.
I think it depends.
So it depends.
Nemunhu wako. Wese mukazomudza pamberi apo zvogona kukarira zvekuzvese. Wakatangomudza zvogona
kumudza at the start of the relationship. It's better because at least unogona kunge waena 1 mark yetrust. Because mungokuzoti this person kana andiudza kuti ane mwana already. It's good. That way you can move forward uchizoti apatombone zvakaitika panozoti azokudze makumberi uko after maybe 6 months of dating. Yeah.
I wanted to say it's wise for one to tell your partner during date stage, like before akuvuma, so that she makes an informed decision. Because that's the reason why we're having my high rates of divorce. Just because unozoburitsa information matter pakati pemarriage zvinonesa. So it's wise to tell someone musati matanga kuti you know what, I have a child and ndinokuda, so that when I azokuda achiziva kuti ndo zvauri une mwana wako, unlike the other way. So
Okay.
I have a question. Should I disclose such information just for a fling? Kaunti ndofana kutaura kana relationship ya serious. Kana relationship yasvika pama serious stages, we disclose such information. I am HIV positive. I have a child. My first days, it's a fling. It might not even last a week. That's a
follow-up. Like what you said, issues to do with HIV positive. I think those that are HIV positive, they actually know they are supposed to tell your partner before my because there are certain things that needs to be done. That's why it is no one suicide because so it's wise to tell your partner.
Okay. Okay.
Can I think yesterday no kunonge iri sensitive kuti maybe ukaudza munhu wacho anogona kukuramba but then anozoita kuona achiita apedza kukuramba zvinobringa fear kunozosvika kuti kana munhu akanditamba achanozvikashudza vanhu kuti HIV akudisclose information yandamuudza because achazaindida saka tena I don't know, but no bring of fear. Whatever I think I'll do it because I'm not talking about I don't know what I'm
Okay. All right. So you're saying I know fana kupudza early or to ambombomira tombomira kumuudza kuti status yanga yakamira sei.
Pane munhu unoona kuti ndangomudza ka zvinotuka but then kuita kuti munhu unongochimutrasta kuti even ndakamudza even akasazvifarira hazvika izogoni kutova mwana zvakaita saka it depends nemunhu wacho unofanira kutadza munhu wacho unoona kuti munhu anoudzika here kana achiudzika kana asingaudzikiwo unobvumira.
Why would you hide to mwana? You have to say it out. Chingotanga relationship. Relationship. Obvious, pani pochazototaura chipa excuse kana kuti udaendesa mwana kuchipatara kana kuti something is happening. Munhu ngaangotaure nyaya yake. Even nyaya virginity chaiyo chichinonyara kutaura yori nyatsoziva kutoita hausisiri vhiji because as we go ndichazongodi ukanga wazvitaura ndinokwanha kukwanisa kuaccepta kuti munhu ndodi bholato zvakadaro.
I think kuti mwana is something that's part of you. And whether we are going to get married, tichazoramba in the process, I actually think kana show one someone wako you have a problem even before we get to dating, because I think we date tambozivana ka mukuzivana ikoko mwana ndo chimwe chinhu chacho chekutongogara vanhu vaziva. So zvekuti mwana uzoudzwa, and I feel like if we start dating even ukandodza 2 weeks later I've already lost trust. How do you hide a child in the conversations that taita pesa papa pashaya ne one day raunotaura about your child?
Zvatodhako.
Yeah, ndachida kuti panyaya dzekuita open up ka I think dzinosiyana nyaya dzacho, and pane nyaya iyoyo yemwana, that one is non-starter. Mufana wangogara wangotaura, that shows also your level of responsibility and kuti inini ndokwanisa here kuaccepta neresponsibility yako. And pane nyaya dzecriminal dzema-criminal records. That's a sensitive issue because ine stigma behind it. And kuti ndikakuudza ndisanda kutrusta iwewe wacho ne-information, how about the community yauchaenda kwairi kuti uchataure? So iyoyo inoda time and inoda trust as well kuti receive power. Then same issue in HIV status. HIV status, I think it's a bit tricky, and inoda kuti munhu achicommunicate and muchiona level of maturity pamwe kuti makamira sei.
I think when talking about like raising red flags, we should be realistic about it, because when kanashitanga relationship inini ndinenge nchida kutsvaka mberi kuti rini. So there is no way early in the relationship vandichatanga kuraise red flags. We should at least accept that. But I feel like when you're dating, it's a trial. It's like a trial period, like beta testing something, to actually see if we're compatible. And I'm not going to disclose information one from the get-go. Now yekuti nine zvimwe zvinhu ndinenge nchida kuzvitaura, it depends on the kind of kuti tiri stage, age ipi, what kind of stage we are in life. And now yekuti the way a 17 or 18-year-old is going to react to me having a baby, and the way a 25-year-old is going to react on you having a baby is different. But ndinoda kuzvitaura at a certain point where at a certain level in the relationship where we actually understand each other, and to build a certain level of trust and understanding, in which way I can tell you something and we discuss it, we understand each other, and it doesn't break the relationship. So I can inini kutanga uku ndinenge nchimboda kumboita kuti mamerits angu ashine, anditika, and then mamerits angu amboshine, anditika, then ndobva ndachizombokuti right tapa certain stage kuti mashure uku ndakamborepwa alright kochichanga chambo like in a manner yekuti zvinospark a discussion kuchii changa chamboitika, and then you understand each other, but I've moved past that, I've done this and done this and done this, now I'm here. But now but tinenge tambobonda, tambobuild a certain level of trust nawo yekuti tikazvitaura hazviputsi relationship, but zvinhu zvakaita se a child, obviously tinofanira kunge tatomove a certain stage into a point where you know the person I am and the kind of character I am, and unengo chindida anditika, and iwewe you want, and you want ndingenda kunyatsona kuti inini nyango ndikataura izvi zvakati anditika haazondirambi, but obviously you shouldn't stretch it for too long kwakuzosvika manje wapinda marriage wochizotanga kuzotaura kuti there is a certain point mukatrial period pabeta testing katinenge tichiita ikamba saka zvinhu zvese hazvifanira kubva zvangonzi ka1 handitika but stage by stage I can trust you with certain information handitika tambofamba a certain stage tambofamba a certain stage I can trust you with information ndakamborwara necancer or ndakambodai so ndakambopinda mujeri I can trust you with that information you trust me and then tinokwanisa kuspark a discussion inozoita kuti tinge takwanisa because actually in talking this kind of dark stuff zvinotobuilda trust nenhau yekuti iwo unenge wanditrust in that kind of information saka I feel like timing is important not kungoti wataura chinhu haphazardly without proper timing.
I was saying kuti ini nangu I'm in total support with her point yanga taura yekuti zvinhu zvekutaura before the relationship is boomed it's actually a good point because alright pane zvinhu zvinofana kutaurwa before manyatsotanga relationship. Firstly nyaya yemwana and the other one nyaya HIV yataurwa. Inangu I absolutely disagree nezvawataura zvokuti tuzotaura later when the relationship has progressed. No, that's not right. Because inini unozogona undudza later. How am I going to react? Pamwe inini ndato totally into you, but inini I'm not fine with you having a child. So inini ukagara wandiudza kuti I have a child. I know I'm going to make my own choice. Okay, this one has a child. And from the word go, I think this guy is okay and everything, having a child. I totally agree with it. But then Tazo, into the relationship, you have a child. And I'm not fine with that. That's a red spot.
Right, that's but I feel like it depends on, like I said, it depends on the kind of timing. Like, it's like general information. Issue like stuff like that. Like my first, like when you're going out on your first dates, you know, like throughout that process, and iambo shine out with my marriage to and then over and go that and number two, it depends that age. It differs with how you react to certain things. Already like an 18 every teenager having a kid is a red flag. You know, it's already deal breaker. And my reactor on it to that information, and my reactor on that information when you're older. I got to see Saka pane all those variables and encourage play and but you no fun at some point and because information when we are dating and that means we can either progress or you can make your decision no break up and so inini bandinobuditsa information yes tiri pakati pekudata but inini ndenge ndisingaduramba objective yangu inini ndeyekuti I want to be with this person forever. Saka there is no point in time but ndinozomboda kutaura that kind of destructive that information that can actually destroy kana relationship yacho ichiri shaky. Tinofanira kunge pamboneka foundation kanenge kamboita sei kanenge kambolewa yes zvinorwadza but it actually gives time to heal and everything but kana relationship isati yatomboteka root but it should be before marriage because but nozosvika pamarriage tinofanira kunge takutoziva each and every corner whatever tinofanira kungeenda kutokuziva kuzara kwa
inini I think kuti issue yemwana because generally munhu wese anozviziva kuti I want to date someone ane mwana or asina. That's one. True, I don't think mwana
because in issues trust pane zvinhu zvekuti it's too personal and private and zvinodisclosed with time. I think mwana does not fall in that category. Once we put mwana in that category, it means you treat your child as a mistake, which you are not proud of to speak about. So I think that why it's important to from the start, about the other person a chance to look, which are one of the good things about me, because I'm a very generous person and what, but I also have a child. Unlike when you want to show the generous side and what without the child, why would you want the child if it's something that's not really part of you? Your child is part of you, like you and your child. So disclosing it later for me is like telling someone you send them later. They must know. Also, and it is sometimes you need to develop a friendship before you date. Exactly. So in that process of develop a friendship, because they are your friend, they must know you have a child. Why would you hide your child from your friend, which doesn't move at a certain stage? Like why that period? Already for me, I think it's a bit problematic. You don't create a gap. Those who moves are later. A child is not a mistake. Like it's not something terrible. And because and I think yasiyana nesecret yekuti ndakambosungwa community kazonzi already mucommunity maunogara vanhu vanozviziva kuti John ane mwana. So it's not something chekuti ndozo, because I think it's worse ukada kumira ndozomudza in 3 months that develop a trust oudzwa navanhu vepa next door unoti ngongosi uruda kumudza. So mwana ngaangogara ataurwa tichitongowirirana 4 days down the line. Look for a way to just alert the next person to look, it's fine. Whether we're going to end up as friends or we're going to date, I have a child. So that they decide to accept you and you. Because I think it causes my problems. Already, unenge waratidza mune side they want of you, but maybe they don't want to get married to someone who's got a child. They end up getting married to you because of the other things you've shown them. But when you get married, the child is there. Your relationship with that person works, but in the marriage you have a problem because they don't like your child. Why? Because from initial start, wakamanikidza munhu asingade kudanana nekurorana nemunhu ane mwana kuti adanane newe because you thought handozomudza in the process. So mwana, because it's another life,
Alright, yeah. Ndikuita agree nezvimwe zvaataura. Then ndakada kutaura panyaya yataurwa naUzhuzhu kuti because I love the person, I want to be with them. Paataura it's one-sided. He's looking for from his point of view. I just want to be with that person. Iye omanje, the other person you want to protect them, you want to love them, you want to cherish them. Urikumuchengetedza ere paanozonzwa kuti alright une mwana maybe in 2 years or in 6 months to come. Achafara ere since you love the person. Because mira it's okay. Because I believe that if you love the person, you are saving them, you are protecting them, and you want what's good for them and as well. So ukatotanga nekuda kuzviprotecta iwewe nekuzvinyanya kuzvifunga iwewe, because love has to be selfless to some extent. Saka unofana kutomufungira kuti alright amunhu wangu uyu. And I think if I disclose zvakadai, I think I'll be loving them. Maybe ndikutomuratidza affection in telling them zvinhu zviri sensitive about me. So, and other thing, I think futi zvinosiyana nevanhu. We are so different isusu vanhu. Umwe munhu ukatomuudza kuti ndine mwana, I'm HIV positive ipapo kwaarika, it means everything to her or to him. Kuti munhu ari honest to you, anondida. Umwe munhu ukamuudzawo futi it's a red flag. So zvimwe zvandinofunga inini iwe semunhu, just be principled. And kana une ma-skeletons in your cupboard, just be at peace with them. Usati wafunga zvekupinda relationship. Kuti paunopinda relationship, I'll tell you kuti inini I'm not a virgin. Inini I sleep around. Nevanhu vakameno kana kuti andikugona kuvaverenga. If you want that, go. If you go and ukaudza vanhu inini hazvindichinje, that's me. So kana une ma-principles ako, you have come to terms with your background, with your past. Ausina guilt, ausina shame. I don't think unofana kutombotya ino kutombotaura. You know, even nyaya dzestatus, vanhu vari kutaura even paTV kuti I'm HIV positive, it's not something depending on the person kuti are you at peace with your past. Nyaya yemwana ka Xavier atara chokwadi nyaya yemwana wako mana ka angaitaurwa ipapo ipapo.
Let me just respond because of the network.
You know why I posed the question back kwa Monica is musivane zvamurudini zvamuri expect. So as boys tikaramba chiti mwana hana basa vamudodana nawo vachiti ndoda kuzviziva before apana kwatirudini. The girls are letting you know what they expect. Take it and take out, that's what they expect. Vaskana monzwa zviri kuexpecta chi vakomana. It's not only about issue of virginity, there are a lot of things that we need to share. And let's not diverge from topic idioti my expectations. So I think tikapama facilitator edu nguva woita run down list yedu zvinodini zvinofamba. Chapiko apa is that the topic irichi inozongodawo payo pega. So I think mukaiwinda moenda down the list because each and every one is something.
Right. So our next one was compassion. And you've compassion. Okay. So there's respect. Someone mentioned respect from this end. And you should be able to value your partner's perspective. Cinema perspectives are like already from what we've seen, we have different school of thoughts. You should be able to value each other's opinions. So I'm going to quickly run down for the sake of time. And then there's the issue of being prioritized. If someone cannot prioritize you, then and then spending time together. Spending time somewhere. You can't grow together. Spend the time together. You need to be, as a couple, you need to spend time together. Feel free to leave someone. I'm really willing to spend time with you. And then you need to give 100% when you're in relationships. Give 100%, give your all. And the other person should also be able to give their all. My signs, like this morning we were laughing at my WhatsApp threads. That's the easiest way for you to check, am I relevant or not? My message akatedzana panozopindurwa 1. I don't know what other sign you want. That's a very quick way. You're the only one giving the gifts, you're the only one that's paying my visits. If this person is not reciprocating, they're not worth your time. Maybe it's what I'm hospital, but my signs I should go. And then you should be able to give each other space. Space. Tapa space, space. Space is good. And it's Prince.
No, yeah, don't do that. Space.
Alright. Space is good, and you should allow your partner to spend time with their friends, and you need the independence to grow as an individual. I've got friends. I spend time with them. I talk to them. I need to develop semun. Because you're spending too much time. Okay, there's nothing like too much time, but you need space. And then intimacy. Intimacy, four types of intimacy. We've got emotional intimacy. You need to open up, to share things, and the more you share things, the more you get to know your person, and you get to know your person better. Identify, and we also have intellectual intimacy. Intellectual intimacy is when, like, you engage in conversations, straight up, stir up debates. Like, you can talk about gender-based violence. It's something else that you can discuss. Opinion to get to know them better. Things like that you can do even mushirisha mwari. Ogara waona kuti pane chinombuda here tikazoda kuita relationship.
Those moments are more information from your partner. It's through that.
Yeah. Then we also have experiential intimacy. Yekuti you do things together. Like we're out here, tomboti mauya muri two, mauya kusogocha. It's an open space. You're having fun. Moita to my experience to when you sit down, you can say, remember musiya yatakazoita so. Mukaitoka history zvinonakiza. Kwetoti you just meet on Sunday. Hi, uzofonera chichi after service what. You need to right, we've got a moment in our early stage where he got his sister's car, wanted to invest. The cash town in it.
Well, ndakapiwa motikari ndakuimpressa chi smoke ndikati and muimpress. We're going out ndapavhondewa apa ndakumbira motikari ndisina motikari by then ndisina futi license. Don't do it. Panakumbira motikari panapiwa, but motikari imanje yanga yakafa start angry problem. So ndasopaka zvakanaka ndakaita reverse. Tapedza ka nice lunch kedu. It was nice. Kama pakuenda kumba manje chingobuda kunga restaurant wakatanga kunaya. Patamhanya kupinda mumotikari. Baby ngachibaya switch on motikari ingamuke. Ingamuke. Apa ndakapaka ne reverse because yanga yafa started. So you know guys, I think you know kuti pane painomboita ne pane painomboramba. Papa yakaramba. Kanakata baby don't know. She was looking nice, but akatonopusha. Some other guys vakatozoyakamubatsira kupush on. But those are the moments okuti munozofunga chi remember wambozipusha motikari, something like that. So you need my moments okuti you go for a walk, you go my outings, kwaane ambuta lunch. Yeah, zvinodiwa in a relationship.
Tiripa lunch ipapo tikamuenda lunch mari yese ikapera tisina kuudzwa kuti ndopagumira mari tikazoberekwa kuenda
Oh yeah. On that day.
So
and
from that day we asked
Gerald, Gerald, at times ndensina mari, but ndikuda kuspend the time near. And that was me on that day. Ndaida spend the time naye, but ndansina mari. Taenda but atongotsvaga kuti my to my lunch just to my eats ndatenga to my eats baby. Mari yapera manje tiri pabiography toda kupinda mutown. Ndakati baby unde love bereki. To tell you the truth, akamubereka kusvika mutown. Yeah, on that day apari kuti mufesi love. But my ex-rigi, that's so mari but ndimudze manje kuti ndaiona kunge zvimakisa saro. So ndakamboti hange Teo kana wanetewo tell me there ndokubereka ndakamubereka atasata place wedu zvataita but ipapo tachiri maslim shade. So ndakamubereka tasvika pa South African embassy, taking a walk to stroll as it stara nyaya akarika statement let's walk vazoti ndaneta nekufamba ndopandakazomubereka from South African embassy into town. By then wanga achiri kugara kuna tuze noMorris Temple, so tatakutosvika kuno.
So after ndazoudzwa zvazvaitika, went tikapinda mushop nemari be open shaini ndine $10, right? Tikaita so mari yedu inosara yakadini yakamira so. Hazvina kumboshata. They won't think any less of you as a man or as a guy if you openly declare what's there. Right. And then
it was a learning process. I learned that way. I had to carry someone.
Right, that was intimacy. So I think what you should do as a couple or in a relationship, you just write down my expectations in more discuss one by one. But you can just go through them in your relationships. And then we found a very interesting author, Anonzi Ben Smith. This is what he says. It's a Christian dating article. And if you're waiting for the totally perfect partner, and you'll be waiting for a very long time. That person does not exist. You wait forever. And so Isusu, we are different people. Papito, we're different people. And we might have thought, this is the perfect guy for me. Yes, he is the perfect guy for me. But I might have thought he's perfect. He or I thought he's perfect. But when you get married, you then realize also or things like that. Not that I'm saying it's a bad thing to be married, but there are things that you then discover, but there's things that you guys should have in common, things that should bring you together, like Isusu, our love for God more than each other, it draws us to each other, which is what every relationship should have. And then you should enjoy each other's time and lower your expectations. 25 and
25.
So please try to lower your expectations from what any boy or girl can give you and raise your expectations. Trust me, it works. There are certain things that these guys don't have that if you pray for, relationship. So just look for an attractive person. Yeah. So just look for an attractive person that loves God. Unfortunately, because of our time, this is the end of our discussion. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, Ashley.
I am sure Tabatsirika will be shaken like we've been shifted on the Maoniro Edwatati now, and which is good. If we have any questions, I think Totos will pose maybe through our groups, and then we can always continue it online or whatever, so that we just get to have a deep understanding of what we were talking about. And so from here forward, yeah, Nanzwanzanzi yangu jump on speaker. So it's talk I'm freelance. If you wanna talk to someone, if you wanna explore the place in a nice way.